Hey guys, Kiko here for another video answering your question, another Q&A video. So here we go for the first question. But before that, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, leave your questions, right? All right, so this one from Ram. Hi Kiko, after almost 40 years of guitar playing and mastering the instrument, is there anything that is difficult for you to play? Any guitar player in particular? Are you kidding me? Of course, lots of stuff. It's a lot of difficult things, you know. If I think about how to interpret a note, and I think like Jeff Beck, Eric Johnson, you know, they're the masters. If I think about, improvising over, you know, a fusion improvisation, I think about Scott Henderson. It's like high level. If I think about, or like Alan Holdsworth, if I think about legato technique, and I would think about, you know, like Alan Holdsworth, I'm not able to play like this. If I think about sweep picking, I would think about Frank Gambale, and not able to play like that. Stanley Jordan with tapping, so like creating beautiful melodies like Joe Satriani, you know, Steve Vai. So everybody has something. The new players like Tosin Abasi with the very interesting techniques, or Tim Henson with the approach of legatos and with the tapping and creating very creative melodies and songs. Pliny, and so many great guitar players doing awesome stuff that I'm not capable of, you know. So, but the main, I think, let me read again this question. Is there anything that is difficult for you to play? I think what is really difficult for me to play, what is really difficult, is like play something that satisfies me, and then something that I create and I know it's me there and it pleases me, you know. It's like I'm satisfied with myself, and then I listen, it's like, oh, that's great job, Kiko, you know. So that's the difficult thing, you know. That's hard. That's why it's so hard to make an album, to put it out, to show people, you know. So that's the hard part. And regarding the other players, you know, each one has their own style, and of course I learned throughout the years how to master something or how to learn something. And if I really decided to play whatever, let's say sweep picking or tapping in a more advanced way that I do now, I know how to do it. I know how to practice. I have my way that I know is effective to practice. But I normally decide to go to other places than to master a specific technique just to be like some other player, you know. So for me, it's more like, can I play something that pleases me, you know? And yeah, that's the difficult thing. All right, another one here from Bhushan Shavan. I hope that's the way you pronounce your name. Bhushan Shavan, maybe. Love from India. Yes, just wanted to know, does Megadeth use any backing track while playing live? All right, good, great question. So there's one rule to that. We don't have any backing track of instruments that we have on stage, you know. So we don't have extra guitars, we don't have extra acoustic guitars or any backing vocals or main vocals or drums or percussion. No. So if we can play, we do it live. But we do have orchestral sounds, you know. Songs like Trust has orchestral melodies, so we use a backing track there. We do have intros, like the song Dystopia, the song Threat is Real. They have intros, so we do have in the, you know, a backing track for those intros. What else? Yeah, mainly this, and we have the click track. So all the songs we have in our in-ear monitors, we have the click track because we have the quad cortex patches, you know, that is all programmed, the changes. The video is all synced with the music, so we need to play with a click. And we do have those intros and songs like Trust, Poisonous Shadows, I don't know, maybe other ones that I don't remember now, that has some orchestral, some other instruments or intros live. So we need the backing track to create the vibe, the right vibe, just like the album, right? So that's my answer. Thanks a lot for the question. All right, so this one from Noni Paloncini. Have you ever been on Megadeth concert before you joined the band? Could you describe how it was? Oh yes, I did. Maybe 4 times. I did. First one was in Rock in Rio, 91. Yeah, a long time ago. So I was there, as a kid, enjoying all the metal bands of the day. So the day started with Sepultura, and it was awesome to see them just, growing as a band, as an international band in 91. Then right after you have the famous concert from Lobão, which is a pop rock artist from Brazil. And then I think he played one song, and then people start throwing things on stage, and then he left. He just, gave a big F to the crowd and then left the stage. He's a great artist. I was enjoying the show, but anyways, I love his work. Lobão from Brazil. And after him was Megadeth. So, so it was a Rest in Peace tour. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I remember like Mark Friedman's solo patch was like way louder, than the band. The rhythm was like in the mix, but the solo was like so loud. It was great. I was, enjoying. But that's something that I remember clearly, the solos being like so loud. And that's something that we kind of take care of, finding the good volume for the solos to stand out, but not to be like, covering the whole thing. And then after Megadeth was Queensryche. I was always a big fan of Queensryche, of the Dream Theater of my generation. And then after, it was Judas Priest with the Painkiller tour, the Painkiller album, great stuff. And then Guns N' Roses, So, yeah, it was a great night. And then Megadeth was there. And after that, I saw them playing in Brazil in a few festivals, different festivals. I don't remember the name of the festivals, maybe Monster of Rock, some other festivals like that. Playing maybe with Ozzy and other situations like this, yeah. And always great to see them live. And and I had this moment with Dave Mustaine that we did the front cover of Burn magazine in Japan, that we played together in the same festival in Japan, Loud Park, and we played together. I think Angra played maybe 2 bands before Megadeth. Megadeth was the headliner. We had a pretty good position on the festival, and then after, I think it was the day after, I had a photo session with Dave Mustaine for the cover of Burn magazine. Yeah, so yeah, we do have some. I did have some moments seeing them live. All right, this one here from LA Boy. How you practice your notation reading or sight reading? I don't practice. I should practice more. I don't practice. I just put myself in some. Sometimes I get let me get my books. I show you. Just a second. Got some books here. So let's say, the real book, the famous real book. So it might happen that I choose a song to play, that's a good one. So Impressions, Jordu, Juju, Wayne Shorter. So then, I read the melody, but normally, it's not a lot of notes, on those melodies, it's a melody for a song, My Foolish Heart, My Funny Valentine. All right, so I love reading this here too. Jacob Jacó de Bandolim is a great player, composer, amazing music. This is more like bar, that's a style of music from Brazil called choro. And so it's more like, kind of like a bar inventions, a lot of arpeggios, but would be maybe compared in a way to bebop, a lot of arpeggios and a lot of has a improvisation side of it in chromatic passing tones, and so bunch of notes. Another thing that I like to do, and I wouldn't call practice, it's more like a relaxation moment. It's like reading a book. So I get like a book like this, a symphony, this one, like symphonies from Beethoven, and I play the music, and I follow this course, and I just follow. It's like when you listen to a song and then you read the lyrics, while listening to the song, it kind of puts you into the music somehow. And then my thing is like following, sometimes I might get lost. So I like to follow what's going on, and then you listen and you see as well. So it kind of helps me to practice my reading, but also I'm just enjoying the music better, like a more like full immersion. It's not some symphonies are not so easy to follow. I would say like Mozart and Beethoven is a little, it's not easy, but easier than Mahler or Ravel to follow, and less instruments, and and then sometimes you have an interesting chord, and then you stop and to take a look, and that's why, it's just interesting how the conductor is reading the score, and how he considers what is a forte, what is a piano, what like the tempo, all this classical music things. So I really like doing this. It's just a joyful moment. Another thing that I used to do a lot, and I can suggest you to do, is like get the open source songbook and listen the entire album, like just looking at the tabs and following all the solos, the melodies, and you have like a different experience of listening to the song. If you play guitar and you know the tabs, you kind of can follow. Of course, when it's a fast run, things like this, you kind of just follow kind of, but the melodies are there, the riffs, and then you understand the parts better. And then if you like something, then you just mark, and then you go back another day and then start just learning the parts that you enjoyed. So I remember doing this, getting some magazines with some tabs and just listening to the song, and then just following. Oh, cool! This phrase is cool. So let me, next day I can check this lick specifically, or, things like that. So you can do the same with tabs, with full songbooks or full scores of a song that you like, So I suggest you to do this with an open source songbook, because it's very complete, almost 300 pages of tabs and notation. So it's a fun thing to immerse into the music in a different way. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe to the channel, leave your questions, and see you in the next video.